name is Sidney Katz, and I have the honor of being the mayor of the greatest city in the world, Gaithersburg, Maryland. Thank you. Before I proceed, I would like to extend a very special thank you to Asbury Methodist Village for once again hosting this event. Asbury has been a wonderful neighbor over the years, and we sincerely appreciate not only their contributions to our community, but the effort they put forth in accommodating us in these lovely surroundings. They deserve a hearty round of applause, please. With me here this evening is the Vice President of the City Council, Mike Sesma, Councilmember Judd Ashman, Councilmember Henry Maraffa, and Councilmember Kathy Drzgula. Councilmember Ryan Spiegel sends his regards and his regrets that he was unable to be here tonight due to a prior commitment. We are also joined by our outgoing junior mayor, Maya Walker, who had a great year, might we add, and our new junior mayor, Jacob Levine. You will hear from them shortly. We're also pleased that Tony Tomasello and many of our other city staff is here this evening. We also would like to recognize some other very special guests who have joined us this evening. It is our pleasure to welcome Montgomery County Executive Ike Leggett, and Ike always likes to remind me that not only do we live in the greatest city, but we live in the greatest county in the world, Montgomery County. I always mention to Ike that I say that whenever he's in the audience. I just want you to. We also have District 17 Delegate Kumar Barve and Lou Simmons. County Council Member Phil Andrews was here earlier, but he's represented this evening by David Hondowitz. We also have Board of Education member Rebecca Smondrowski, Montgomery County Sheriff Darren Popkin, and Montgomery County Circuit Court Clerk Loretta Knight. We are also pleased to have former Gaithersburg Mayor Bruce Goldenson, and we're very pleased to have join us this evening Montgomery County Police Chief Tom Manger and Gaithersburg Police Chief Mark Soroka. Director of the Up-County Regional Service Center, Kathy Matthews, and Executive Director of Asbury Methodist Village, and our host this evening, David Denton. We have some distinguished citizens with us, many distinguished citizens with us, but some that have actually been named that. 2003, Britta Monaco. 2004, Charles Farrell. 2006, Eileen Shea. 2007, Dick Noble. And 2011, Lenny Levy. We are also pleased to have some distinguished friends with us. 2005, Teresa Wright. 2007, Jerry Gimmel. 2011, Steve and Laurie Augustino. In 2012, Ralph and Paula Bungie. We have some representatives of some of our outstanding organizations. In 1990, the Gaithersburg Washington Grove Fire Department, represented by Steve Hayes, won that distinction. 1996, Hospice Caring, Inc., represented by Penny Gladhill. Second Chance Wildlife Center won the award in 2008, and they're represented by Jim Monsema. 2012, Women Who Care Ministries won the award, represented by Judith Clark. And in 2012, Gaithersburg Police Foundation, represented by Tamara Clark, also won it. Tonight we are here to celebrate Gaithersburg and to thank you for your contributions. It is you, our involved citizens, who make this such an energetic, dynamic, and sustainable community. Would everyone who is a member of a board, commission, or committee, or who volunteers for the City of Gaithersburg, please stand and receive your great round of applause. We sincerely appreciate your efforts. At this time, I'd like to introduce Council Vice President Mike Sesma, who has a few remarks and will lead us in a moment of silence.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you all for coming this weekend or this evening and sharing in this very special event. I'm sure my colleagues will note the irony of me leading us in a moment of silence in a minute. It's my privilege tonight to lead us in a moment of silent reflection. Taking time out of our lives to reflect on the contributions and sacrifices of others is a real privilege. In this way, we remember friends, family members, colleagues, and coworkers who have passed, and we pay tribute to those we may have never met, but who nonetheless made the ultimate sacrifice in defense of our freedom. We'd also like to remember all victims of natural disasters as we stand together as a community that cares. From superstorms to droughts to wildfires, every corner of the globe has been affected. Hurricane Sandy left 7 countries in devastation, affected 24 U.S. states, including the entire eastern seaboard. In support of those impacted by the storm, Fields Road Elementary School, the students at Fields Road Elementary School recently raised over $2,000 selling original jewelry and magnets that students made through the Heart House Project. 100% of the proceeds went to the American Red Cross. This is just one example of how our community reaches out to help those in need. I think we should recognize Fields Road Elementary School. At this time, I would ask that we take a moment to remember all those who have passed from this earth. Each has made an indelible mark on our community and our lives. We thank them for the beautiful memories they leave behind. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. We would now like to call on the Gaithersburg Police Honor Guard to present the colors. Please rise. We would now like to ask Junior Mayor Maya Walker to please lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Our national anthem will be performed by Yves Chezevoir, who is the winner in the vocal category of the 2013 Young Artist Awards held just last month.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Absolutely beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful.
Forward, walk. Left.
Thank you, Honor Guard and Eve, and can we please give them another round of applause? And you may now be seated, please. And you can now understand why they ask Eve to sing the national anthem and not me. Volunteers are the backbone of our community, working diligently to enhance the quality of life in Gaithersburg. Councilmember Kathy Drisgula has a few remarks about the impact that volunteers make each and every day. Kathy, please.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to join my colleagues in welcoming you here tonight. This annual event gives us a chance to reflect on a year of accomplishments and challenges, but more importantly, it gives us the opportunity to say thank you to our volunteers. April is Volunteer Appreciation Month in Gaithersburg, and we recognize that it is you, our involved citizens, students, businesses, and organizations who give so much of your time and energy to make our city a vibrant and compassionate one. As we celebrate the hard work and dedication of hundreds of volunteers of all ages, I would like to share just a few of the impressive statistics about volunteerism in Gaithersburg. This past year, more than 300 middle and high school students logged over 6,000 volunteer hours, working with such projects as the Gaithersburg Community Soup Kitchen, tree plantings, Asbury's Beloved Community Initiative, and many more. Additionally, more than 350 people volunteer as coaches for the city's sports programs, and there are more than 75 instructors and office assistants volunteering their time at the Gaithersburg Up-County Senior Center. Each year, more than 250 people volunteer for the Holiday Giving Program and the Gaithersburg Book Festival. And there are currently 130 volunteers serving on city boards, commissions, and advisory committees. The list goes on. To those of you who are currently serving on a committee or volunteering your time in any way, we really do extend our heartiest thank you. You were invited tonight because you are an integral part of this community. By volunteering your expertise, your ideas, your talents, and your time, you are enriching the fabric of Gaithersburg and adding to the quality of life in our city. To those who are looking for a way to make a contribution or to add to your contribution, consider volunteering. We are always in need of fresh ideas and new enthusiasm. We hope you will consider lending your talent and your creativity to our efforts. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. We're in the midst of the budget approval process right now, and I'd like to ask Councilmember Henry Maraffa to say a few words about what you can expect and how you can get involved. Henry, please.
Well, good evening, everybody. I'm very delighted to be here this evening and welcome so many good friends, colleagues who have helped make Gaithersburg the very great city that it is. Today, the proposed fiscal year 2014 budget was made available for public review on the city's website. At just over $56 million, it is our largest budget to date. Through the strategic use of reserve funds, the reallocation of CIP monies, the city manager has proposed a budget that is in line with our strategic plan, moving the city forward and restoring services, which we're very proud of, to its highest level. The effects of sequestration are still unknown to us. We continue to reduce the reliance on our federal, our state, and county monies as a source of revenue. That way we can minimize the impact if it actually happens and when it happens. We are also still awaiting word from our health insurance carrier for the effects of the Affordable Care Act. We have budgeted conservatively in anticipation of higher expenses. Hiring was necessarily restricted for several years during the recession. This budget restores funding for several key positions, including community services, development review, recreation, facility maintenance, information technology, and our administration. The proposed capital improvement plan stands at $6.9 million. It moves forward several projects, including enhancements to Observation Park, Constitution Gardens, the renovation to the Senior Center, and begins to fund many new projects as well. We urge you to review the budget and share your thoughts about priorities and community needs. It is essential that my colleagues and I hear directly from you about this budget. The first opportunity you'll have for public comment will be during the budget public hearing, which is next Monday, April the 15th. You do not need to register in advance. Just come to the meeting, wait your turn, and you speak for 3 minutes. We give you a long time to tell us what you think. On April 29th, we will conduct a work session getting into much more detail about the operating and the capital expenditures that are planned for the coming year. There is opportunity for public comment again at this meeting. And of course, we will happily accept your written comments. Send us a letter, send us an email, contact us however you would like, but please do it before May 15th, when the record will officially close. So I thank you in advance for your commitment and your comments and your support for this budget. It is only through collaboration and involvement of all of our citizens and our residents that we are able to guide our city on a continued path of success, and it makes Gaithersburg the great city that it is. So thank you for your help. Thank you tonight.
Thank you, Henry. In just a few short weeks, we will host the 4th annual Gaithersburg Book Festival, which has become one of the premier literary events in the region. Judd Ashman has a few thoughts to share with us on that.
Imagine me having a few thoughts on this. The latest issue of Maryland Life magazine out this week has a sweet little article about the book festival that starts like this. Each spring, the grassy lawns surrounding Gaithersburg City Hall become a literary garden party, attracting upward of 17,000 visitors from across the region to this bookish corner of Montgomery County. I love the literary garden party image. I think it's a great metaphor because if you think about it, what makes a great party is a diverse group of interesting people talking about interesting things. So on May 18th, here's some of the interesting and brilliant characters you'll find. You'll meet a woman whom Frank Sinatra apparently wanted to have killed. Seriously. Kitty Kelly, the mega best-selling biographer whose success has often been to the chagrin of her subjects, including Sinatra, was the subject herself of a report in the style section last week that claimed that old Blue Eyes wanted to put a hit out on her. Now, we generally want everybody to come to our book festival, but let's be on the lookout for Sinatra's henchmen, okay? You're going to meet two hilarious and insanely popular mommy bloggers, Amber Dusick, who writes the Crappy Pictures blog, and Jill Smokler, aka Scary Mommy. Both have new books out. Both are at the top of the Amazon rankings right now. Smokler was on the Today Show this week, and she's going to be on 2020, I think, tomorrow. Dusick, with just a casual mention on her blog about our festival, blew our web traffic through the stratosphere. Your kids will meet some of the most famous and beloved children's authors in the world. That's not an exaggeration, that's not hyperbole. Walter Dean Myers, iconic author of more than 50 books for children and teens. John Sheska, who you might remember for his picture books, the True Story of the Three Little Pigs, The Stinky Cheese Man, and specifically for the teens and young adult crowd, there's Maggie Stiefvater, who writes those sort of mythical, supernatural stories that teenagers love. So we'll meet an author named Adam Mansbach. You remember a book from a couple years ago? It looked like a picture book for kids, but when you saw the title, you realized it wasn't. It was called Go the F to Sleep, except the F was the F word. That book caught fire and went to #1 on the New York Times list for two reasons. It was absolutely hysterical, and Samuel Jackson did an audio version of it that was also absolutely hysterical. Well, that book was sort of a gimmick, but Mansbach's actually a terrific writer, and will be here to talk about his new novel, Rage is Back. Picture a mashup of hip-hop culture with traditional literature. That's the kind of stuff he's doing. It's really cool. And speaking of music culture, you'll meet two of the original MTV VJs, Nina Blackwood and Mark Goodman. They'll be talking about the early days of MTV as recounted in their new book, which includes stories in which Nina was apparently hit on by John Cougar Mellencamp, and Mark offered a chance to do cocaine with David Lee Roth. Both say they refused. You could come see them and decide for yourself. And how about this story? Peggy-Lene Bartels, born in Ghana, came to the United States, became a naturalized citizen. 35 years later, gets a call. She's been named king of her original village in Ghana. Her book, King Peggy, tells that story. She lives in Silver Spring, by the way. Her book, King Peggy, tells that story, as well as how she's trying to use her position to bring clean water and modern medical care to the village. And King Peggy isn't our only royal this year. Vati Ratner, who lives in Potomac now, was a member of the Cambodian royal family in 1975. She was 5 years old. When the Khmer Rouge forced her family out of the capital and into agrarian labor camps. And her book, In the Shadow of the Banyan, tells the story of survival and escape of that family. And I can go on all night. Seriously, I can talk about Mark Shriver, I can talk about Jamie Attenberg, Evan Thomas, Daniel Hernandez Jr., who was the young man who proved to be a hero in the face of one of America's most infamous mass shootings when he went to save Gabby Gifford's life. I can talk about our stand-up comedy writers panel or about Therese Ann Fowler's terrific new novel of Zelda Fitzgerald, and more and more and more and so much more. But I'm going to stop here and suggest you spend some time on our website, Gaithersburgbookfestival.org, and start planning your May 18th. Now, getting back to that Maryland Life article, it closes with a quote from the great Ron Charles, who's the lead fiction reviewer for the Washington Post. And you'll also have a chance to meet him on May 18th. Here's what Ron said. He said, "What I love about the Gaithersburg Book Festival is its intimacy and its small-town atmosphere, lit by big-time literary stars in a setting that's as friendly as a country fair, as sweet as kettle corn." Does it get better than that? Really. So join us on May 18th. Please check out GaithersburgBookFestival.org. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Judd. Earlier, we did introduce our junior mayors, but to do so more formally, we'd like to once again call upon Council Vice President Mike Sesma.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening again, and thank you all for joining us and the wonderful celebration for the city of Gaithersburg and for all that you do on a daily basis to make Gaithersburg a wonderful place to call home. Tonight I have the distinct pleasure and honor of introducing our incoming and outgoing junior mayors. Annually, fourth graders in Gaithersburg schools are invited to enter an essay contest to tell us what they would do if they were the mayor of Gaithersburg. Watch out, Sydney. We're up to 6 years now, okay? Through the essay and subsequent television interview process, a junior mayor is selected to represent the youth of our city. From electric cars and biking programs to healthier school lunches and affordable housing this year, nearly 200 fourth graders shared their innovative and unique ideas about how they would make Gaithersburg a better place for the future. We're now in our 6th year of this program, and it has been so rewarding to watch these young people mature during their tenure in office. Our junior mayors proudly embody the 6 pillars of character counts: trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Gaithersburg's 2013 junior mayor, Jacob Levine, a 4th grade student at Diamond Elementary School. We look forward to working with you, Jacob, and having you join us at many events throughout the year. Jacob will be joining us at the Mayor and City Council meeting on May 6th for his official introduction to the public and to read his essay. Tonight, I have a special proclamation announcing his appointment that I would like to present to Jacob. Can you come over here, Jacob? All right. Stand here so everybody can get a good picture of you, all right? I'm going to read this. This is a certificate of recognition from the Mayor and City Council of Gaithersburg presented to Jacob Levine from Diamond Elementary School for participating in the Maryland Municipal League's If I Were Mayor 4th grade essay contest and for being named the City of Gaithersburg 2013 Junior Mayor, presented on this 11th day of April 2013, and it's signed by the Mayor, Sidney A. Katz. There you go. Stand up here for photo op. Got it? Okay.
Jacob hadn't been junior mayor for 2 seconds, already got a photo op, so right now.
I already warned Jacob that the press was in the hall, so I see some members of the press there. So, all right, thank you and congratulations again, Jacob. So now I want to talk about our 2012 junior mayor. It takes remarkable maturity and poise to speak at events such as this one. As you listen to me, you can tell that I'm missing some of that. And to represent an entire community of young people. Our current junior mayor, Maya Walker, has performed this task admirably. You've seen her at many events in the past year, join us at special celebrations and ceremonies throughout the community. This thoughtful, personable young lady is now in the 5th grade at Gaithersburg Elementary School, and tonight she will be turning over the reins of leadership. Before we let Maya go, we have a small presentation, and if you can come up here, Maya. This is your gavel that you would use since you were mayor. I guess the trick was we didn't give it to you at any of our meetings, so now you can use it. But congratulations, don't go away. It's been a pleasure serving with you. The mayor and city council join with me in expressing our deep appreciation for everything you've done this past year. We wish you all the best for a very successful future, and we actually have very high expectations for you. Now, I understand you have a few remarks for us. And I think there's a stool here. No? You don't need it, though. You've grown, okay? See, this is what happened in the year, that she's grown taller and she doesn't need the stool.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Maya Walker, the departing junior mayor of Gaithersburg. I really enjoyed being junior mayor. It was truly a unique, once-in-a-lifetime experience. I especially liked helping out at the book fair and riding in the Labor Day parade. But my favorite event of all was Celebrate Gaithersburg. Gaithersburg is the greatest city in the world. I am sure our new junior mayor will enjoy this experience because I loved it. I want to thank the mayor and city council for having me, and all the fine employees of the city of Gaithersburg who helped me along the way. It was truly the best year I ever had.
Very nice. You did a good job. Thank you, Maya, for serving so wonderfully this past year, and we enjoyed very much getting to know you. And Jacob, we eagerly anticipate your involvement in the months to come. If I could please ask the Walker family to please stand. These were the drivers for this young lady, might we add. And if I could ask the Levine family to please stand. They don't know how active they're going to be in the city of Gaithersburg. And I did want to note that Jacob, even though you were not actually serving in office, you got a call at City Hall today from your great-grandfather, Hy Horowitz, who's celebrating his 93rd birthday, from what we understand. And he called to say that he could think of no better gift that he could receive than you receiving this honor this evening. So congratulations to Grandpa Horowitz. And to the stage, you're welcome to stay, but I'm about to speak. I don't know if you want to stay up. Notice how fast they run. Did you notice that? A year, 365 days. In the scheme of history, it's not even a blink of an eye. And yet, so much can happen in that short period of time. From the most routine of projects, such as paving a sidewalk, to witnessing the birth of a brand new neighborhood, each and every day brings something to celebrate in Gaithersburg. Much has happened this past year, so please bear with me as we share some accomplishments with you tonight. Nothing in the city would be possible without effective leadership and decisive action. The Council and I recognize that our community's reputation for excellence is a direct result of the hard work, creativity, commitment, and compassion of hundreds of city employees. I would ask that they please stand to be recognized, and let's please give them a great round of applause. Key leadership roles were filled this past year. We were pleased to welcome former council member John Schlichting as their new director of the Planning and Code Administration last summer. And in the fall, it gave us great pleasure to announce the appointment of Tony Tomasello as the city manager. Both bring a wealth of history, experience, and unique perspective to their positions, and we know that they will be great stewards of this city. I would also like to acknowledge public officials at the federal, state, and county levels who work closely with us on a variety of legislative initiatives. We recently celebrated the grand opening of what we believe to be the first constituent congressional office in Gaithersburg. Thank you, Congressman John Delaney. Our District 17 delegation continues to advocate on our behalf in the state legislature, this year helping us with bond bills to enhance our miniature golf course and helping us secure as much highway user fund revenue as possible to help preserve our infrastructure. We will continue to work with Montgomery County on a financing solution for the construction of the Watkins Mill interchange along I-270, and we sincerely thank Ike Leggett for helping us do that as well. Can we please have a great round of applause for all of our elected officials? Economic vibrancy is key to the success of any community. While the impacts of sequestration remain unknown, we are pleased that so many businesses have moved to or stayed in Gaithersburg, reaffirming their commitment to making this their home. The commercial vacancy rate in Gaithersburg was recently announced at 12%. We are making constant strides to lower that number, but it is a significant decrease from the 19% at the height of the recession. Through incentive funding and toolbox grants, Gaithersburg facilitated the relocation of Novavax, IT Innovative Solutions, Gaithersburg Heating and Air Conditioning, and Adventist Healthcare's headquarters. We helped ensure the retention and expansion of GeneDx and Cytomedics, and the retention of the North American headquarters of Sodexo. We were also recently notified by AstraZeneca that Gaithersburg will be one of the 3 global research and development centers. MedImmune's campus is set to grow to accommodate this expanded role, and as a part of that growth, we will enjoy the addition of open parkland space and a new pedestrian overpass connecting MedImmune's campus to Kentlands. And all of these business moves and expansions account for 1,300 jobs in Gaithersburg, helping to solidify our position as a center of employment. 2 significant multifamily projects opened in 2012, Hidden Creek and Archstone Gaithersburg Station. They bring a new vibrancy to the city's historic center. And you can't miss the cranes at Brackedair City, with fast-paced construction taking place at Spectrum to the north and Crown to the south. With a mix of retail housing and open spaces, these new neighborhoods will add to Gaithersburg's reputation as a desirable place to live, work, and raise a family. While there's a lot being built, we remain focused on other opportunities to redevelop and enhance our community. We grew a little bit this year as we annexed the property formerly occupied by the Great Indoors on Shady Grove Road. We look forward to welcoming CarMax into the city on that site soon. A study of the Frederick Avenue corridor is underway, and we will be hearing recommendations from the consultant and the community on what the future could look like for this vital commercial core later this summer. This past year saw the rezoning of the Montgomery County Fairgrounds. While there are no immediate plans for their move, the rezoning positions the property for future enhancement. And also along the 355 corridor, we are pleased to welcome 5 Mile Capital as the new owners of Lake Forest Mall and look forward to their vision for the 35-year-old retail center. Holding our first snow rodeo in 10 years last September pretty much guaranteed that we wouldn't be having much of a severe weather this winter. Still, it was a wonderful event with friendly competition in equipment, preparation, and operation. But that doesn't mean we didn't have our share of emergencies to deal with. I don't know about you, but last summer was the first time I ever heard of the word derecho. We dealt with downed trees and power outages throughout the community, and in the aftermath had to shift our 4th of July fireworks by a week since the fairground site was occupied by hundreds of utility vehicles. Finally, fireworks brought the entire community together to celebrate the end of that trying couple of weeks. And I want to extend my thanks to all who demonstrated their tenacity and flexibility during the crisis. Our emergency response was also tested during Superstorm Sandy. Our thoughts and prayers continue to go out to those communities to our north that suffered such devastation as a result of this storm. We were fortunate to miss the brunt of it, but were still tested by several days of closures and cancellations. This event offered the first opportunity for our activity center at Boer Park to serve as an official Red Cross shelter for Montgomery County. Local conditions were not terribly severe, so the demand was not overwhelming, but staff was at the ready to care for those in need of our community. They performed admirably. 2013 marks the 50th anniversary of the Gaithersburg Police Department. That deserves a round of applause. It was formed in April of 1963 with 1 lone officer. Today, our department stands at a strength of 57 sworn officers and 15 civilians. We've expanded both our capabilities and our outreach initiatives over the past year. A new bait vehicle program is in place to help prevent theft. Our second police dog, Judah, graduated from canine school. We conducted pedestrian safety details along South Frederick Avenue and Great Seneca Highway, and holiday safety details at Lake Forest Mall. To further connect to the community, we launched Coffee with a Cop, where the public can meet informally with officers to answer questions about crime and quality of life issues. And next week, we will host evaluators at the Gaithersburg Police Department, as the Gaithersburg Police Department pursues re-accreditation. After 50 years, our public safety initiatives continue to set Gaithersburg apart. We are grateful for all of those who put their lives on the line for this community every day. This year also marks the 25th anniversary of the Wells Robertson House, a transitional program for men and women who were homeless and in recovery from chemical addiction. It has become a national model of success. The house stands as a testament to what can be accomplished when a community comes together. A quarter century ago, merchants in Old Town complained about public drunkenness and vagrancy. Under the leadership of Mayor Ed Boer, the community debated solutions, resulting in the establishment of a place where those in recovery can spend up to 2 years as they rebuild their lives. More than 500 people have been helped by Wells over the years, and the community continues to support the program through financial and in-kind contributions, ensuring a bright future for those in need, for those who need a hand returning to a meaningful life. Look for a joyful anniversary celebration this winter. The video you'll be enjoying in a few moments highlights not only Wells, but several other community collaborations that warm the heart. The council and I are committed to maintaining funding for the nonprofits that do so much for our community, from micro grants to help transport the needy, to medical appointments, to six-figure contracts to help ensure access to housing, food, physical and mental health, and job development services. Gaithersburg's commitment is unwavering. Our grants and collaborations extend into the educational world as well. We continue to watch in awe as the new Gaithersburg High School rises from the ground. This state-of-the-art facility, which represents the largest physical plant of all MCPS schools, will ensure the best possible environment for learning. Through grant funding, we're helping with after-school homework clubs, musical instrument repairs, summer reading workshops, and parental involvement activities. Our youth centers and high school student union programs engage our youth in mentoring and meaningful service projects, including the unique Beloved Communities collaboration with the residents of Asbury. In fact, the centerpieces you saw on the reception tables this evening were created by the young people in our student union program. You'll soon witness some changes to our Character Counts youth ethics program as we work with educators and community volunteers to reinvigorate this program now in its 17th year. And we continue to engage our youngest citizens through our essay contests, reading competitions, and junior mayor program. Gaithersburg collaborates to address countywide issues as well. We play an intricate role in the annual Montgomery County Housing Fair, Homeless Resource Day, School Community United in Partnership Conference, and Holiday Giving Program. By leveraging our resources, we are ensuring that our safety net is as broad as we can possibly make it. I'm proud to announce that last year, Gaithersburg received a Voice of the People Award for excellence in the area of code enforcement from the International City County Management Association. That deserves a round of applause. Technology is allowing us to make great strides in efficiency. Our planning and permitting staff is now using the automated EnerGov system, a public-facing version that will allow you to track your licenses and permits will be the next step in the transition. And those of you who monitor our actions at council meetings will appreciate advancements in agenda and minutes management. New software is helping us streamline our administrative efforts and provide a better user experience. Now you can click on an agenda item topic and automatically advance to the exact spot in the meeting video to watch what happened. Transparency is essential to good governance. We have recently been notified that Gaithersburg is the only government in Maryland and one of just 115 government entities nationwide to earn a perfect score by the Sunshine Review, an organization that compares and grades information contained in government websites. The council and I further committed to transparency when we passed a whistleblower ordinance a few months ago. This important program, administered by a third-party vendor, ensures that there are no negative repercussions to those who bring concerns and allegations to our attention. Communications have been enhanced with the debut of In Gaithersburg, a glossy magazine that is being mailed to residents twice a year. General interest articles offer unique insights into the world of local government, and we took pains to ensure that it doesn't look like a municipal publication. This spring edition is out now. Look for the next edition in the late summer. In the virtual world, you'll notice the expansion of our social media presence with 14 Facebook pages that cater to a variety of unique interests. The main City of Gaithersburg Facebook page remains the place for general news and information. But if you're so inclined, please like the new pages for the Arts Barn, the Senior Center, recreation classes, Wells Robertson House, and much more. A few weeks ago, we were notified that we achieved Sustainable Maryland certification. Gaithersburg chalked up 260 points toward certification, well in the excess of the 150 points required. Through the establishment of a green team, we documented the extensive activities we already undertake in the area of sustainability and also charted a challenging course for future initiatives. Several Green Street projects are underway this spring along Victory Farm Drive, Dosh Drive, and Cedar Avenue. By extending curbs, adding porous paving materials, planting native grasses and bushes, and building swales, more water can seep back into the ground, improving water quality and the health of our watersheds. To further protect an important watershed, we were successful in obtaining a $71,000 grant, a Governor's Stream Restoration Grant. High school ESOL students will work with city staff and other organizations to plant 400 trees along the Muddy Branch Stream. This collaborative project provides a unique opportunity to preserve an important watershed and engage the next generation in environmental awareness and action. Quality of life is about more than just safe streets and clean water. It's also about enriching activities that challenge the mind, body, and spirit. And Gaithersburg has no lack of cultural and recreational opportunities. As Councilmember Judd Ashman mentioned earlier this evening, in just a few weeks, thousands of literary fans would ascend upon City Hall for the 4th annual Gaithersburg Book Festival. What Judd didn't mention is that his efforts to put Gaithersburg on the cultural map were recognized with the Montgomery County Executive's Community Award for Excellence in the Arts and Humanities. That deserves a round of applause. Ike, I notice he's sitting next to you. Maybe he wants the award again. What do you think? Right near you, anyhow. Dozens of people play a role in bringing the festival to life each year. But it's Judd's passion and commitment that drive it. And of course, we sincerely appreciate all of that effort. Our newly renovated water park, now complete with palm trees, water buckets, and even a spraying pelican, opened to rave reviews last summer. Attendance was up 50% over the previous year. And I'm thankful to say that construction has finally begun on the indoor Gaithersburg Aquatic Center. It was closed earlier in 2012 after structural cracks were found, and we are collaborating with Montgomery County Government, MCPS, to repair the facility as quickly as possible for the benefit of both the students in Gaithersburg Middle School and the general public who use it. You've heard a lot of talk lately about our popular fairs and festivals, with the goal of ensuring that these activities remain fresh, relevant, and regionally appealing. We are working with stakeholders in the community to explore how we can continue to offer the best possible experiences. A few weeks ago, we celebrated St. Patrick's Day with a wonderful parade at Rio Washingtonian Center. And in September, we'll celebrate the 75th anniversary of our Labor Day parade. I'm excited to announce that Oktoberfest will continue as a wonderful family-oriented event in the Kentlands with some tweaks to make it an even more enjoyable. Kentlands, by the way, is celebrating its 25th anniversary this year with a number of festivities planned. And of course, that deserves a round of applause. The popular Celebrate Gaithersburg and Old Town Street Festival will take a hiatus from its usual September schedule and will instead be held in June of next year. Moving this festival to early summer takes a significant amount of pressure off of our police, public works, and event staff who juggle the Kentlands Lakelands 5K race, the Labor Day parade, Celebrate Gaithersburg, and Oktoberfest all in a 6-week period. Celebrate Gaithersburg will get a fresh new feel while remaining the city's preeminent street festival. Track and field programs for our young runners, interactive historical exhibits at our community museum, theatrical performances at the Arts Barn, which, by the way, celebrated its 10th anniversary last fall, workshops, trips, and nutrition programs at our senior center, music and art programs for toddlers, volleyball and softball leagues, water safety days, new batting cages. The list of cultural and recreational programs and activities goes on. We're constantly fine-tuning our offerings and working with our residents to ensure that we provide enriching programs for a diverse community. So what does the immediate future bring? We're soon going to be taking ownership of the former Consumer Product Safety Commission site off of Route 28. That's more than 9 acres of space for recreational programming. We'll also be in possession of the historic structures and parkland in the Crown development, for which we'll explore potential uses. We're in the process of conducting a facilities assessment for the police department, determining current and future uses. Based on the outcome, we may pursue construction of a new station. We'll be working on much-needed renovations to our senior center. We hope to identify a funding solution soon for the Watkins Mill interchange. We're awaiting additional activity with the construction of the, We're awaiting additional activity with the construction of the second office building at Washingtonian South and commercial and residential buildings at Washingtonian North. Our municipal finances are healthy, with the largest operating budget in the city's history now under consideration. And with your help, we have been able to do it while remaining debt-free. That deserves a round of applause. Our employment base is growing. New neighborhoods are springing up, and we continue to enjoy the effects of an active, engaged citizenry. Just last week, the council joined me in proclaiming April as Volunteer Appreciation Month in Gaithersburg. The words on that proclamation don't begin to express our gratitude to the businesses, nonprofit organizations, educators, and residents who continually speak up, get involved, and provide the leadership necessary to guide this community to greatness. You are the difference makers, and you deserve the final round of applause. Our award-winning staff has produced a video that takes an in-depth look at how government agencies, corporate and nonprofit organizations, schools, individuals, and faith-based organizations come together to serve the most vulnerable in our community. Please join me in thanking all those who participated in the production of this video. We hope you'll enjoy it. And I always like to point out that the mayor and the council and I have not seen this video, so it's always a concern for us, but we're about to see it. So thank you very much.
When issues confront a community, it takes the collaborative efforts of people from all walks of life to solve them. Government agencies, corporate and nonprofit organizations, schools, individuals, and faith-based organizations must all bring something to the table in order to effect change. To provide comprehensive quality services to our community's most vulnerable residents, the City of Gaithersburg uses innovative approaches, including partnerships, grants, support programs, and educational outreach. Creative, effective programs are often born from crisis. The city's Wells Robertson House serves as an excellent example of a community solution to a very real need.
This year marks the 25th anniversary of Wells Robertson House. The house, for homeless men and women in recovery from alcohol and drug abuse, has seen over 500 residents pass through its doors.
The house has not only given them the skills they need to transition back into the community, it has also given them a sense of hope for the future. This city jewel evolved from a community issue in the 1980s. Merchants in Gaithersburg's Old Town Historic District expressed concern about panhandling and public drunkenness near their stores. The community came together to delve into the issues and propose solutions. As a result, a new homeless advocacy program was created to get treatment for those with chemical dependency. The Wells Robertson House was purchased and renovated, and its doors opened for those in recovery in 1988.
The house has given me the opportunity to really know myself, you know, what I'm capable of.
If I wouldn't have come in here, I probably wouldn't be alive.
If you're gonna change your life around, you gotta change everything, you know? It's not about just you, it's about everybody that you're around as well.
We want our residents to enjoy this house, their life, so that they'll be able to see a meaningful purpose for change.
I need help with in a lot of aspects of my life because I used for 25 years. And, you know, being here, you know, it's giving me the opportunity to change those behaviors.
You know, coming to Wells Robertson has really, really helped me a lot. You know, I've really come around a lot. I still have things that I do struggle with, you know, but within my time here left, you know, I'm planning to resolve those problems, and this is really a great house.
I feel like I'm getting my life together and getting on the right track, and I'm very blessed to have this opportunity to have the people from the house help me.
Today, the house's 14 residents live in a community atmosphere that teaches them life and problem-solving skills, provides mental health support, establishes a sound financial base, and introduces them to the myriad of resources this community has to offer.
This is a very, very unique and very successful program. We are so pleased of all the people who have graduated, who have gone on to lead normal lives.
We make such a huge impact in these people's lives. We're literally helping them help themselves to rebuild their lives and go on to have a successful future, and then go back and contribute to our community themselves. And I think that's so important and such a great lesson.
The Wells Robertson House is just one example of the many collaborative programs in Gaithersburg. Having young people involved in volunteerism teaches the importance of taking responsibility for the community in which they live. Knitting for a Cause does just that. Partly funded by a grant from the city, students at St. Martin's School get together each week during the school year to knit more than 400 hats for the needy.
I think this is a good program because it's giving back to the community and you can help others.
People that don't have a home and can't afford a hat or something to keep them warm can be warm in the winter.
Parents have gone crazy about it and their kids being involved. Kids that were struggling in the sense of a little bit their self-esteem, sky high, that they're helping somebody. Every time we knit a hat, we celebrate it. We make a big to-do about it. We have a knitting chart. Kids mark on the chart.
The best thing about the class is getting to hang out with friends and knowing that you're giving back to the community.
Some people in the winter, they're not that warm because they don't have a coat or something to keep them warm, so the hats could keep them warm.
First, you get yarn and you put it on the loom. And then you start wrapping around the pegs.
And then you wrap around and you go around twice, one on the bottom and one on the top. And you keep on doing that. And it goes down in the loom until you're ready to take it out.
The program teaches them that even at their age, the difference they can make through volunteering can have a huge impact on themselves, the recipients of their generosity, and the entire community.
We need to lead by example, but we also need to give our children the opportunities and the tools to learn about the importance of service themselves so they can continue doing it for a lifetime.
Helping someone makes the person that you have helped feel good, but the person who has actually done the work really does feel great afterwards.
I think it's just an overall good thing for them in helping and then their own self-well-being, because they know, like we talk about continuing this all the time, you always need to give back. You need to pay forward. And that's what I'm hoping they're learning.
Home Care Partners is a unique program that allows low-income seniors at Gaithersburg's Forest Oak Towers to maintain their independence. Funded in part through a health care contract administered by the city, nursing aides visit the seniors to help with household duties like laundry, cleaning, and bill paying. This keeps residents living on their own in a healthy and safe environment.
I think everybody wants to be independent. Nobody wants to feel that someone has to wait on them, and nobody wants to be a burden. This program is really unique because it provides just a little bit of help to people who need some support to remain independently in their own apartments.
Basically, I'll do laundry, I'll do housekeeping, clean your bathroom, mop the floors, dust, make sure that they also keep safety around, because make sure there's no extension cords and things in the way for them to trip over, and just keep an eye on their overall health as well too.
Well, I can't make my bed, and I can't go down to do my wash, and that's a big help.
Well, it helps. It's encouraging, That means that somebody's thinking about you. And that's what life's about, because you can't live by yourself.
This program fills an important gap in services that is not otherwise met. It gives seniors the care they need to live in the comfort and safety of their own homes, while at the same time providing companionship and allowing them to maintain their dignity.
We understand the dignity of every resident and the importance of investing in that dignity and protecting it. And that's why programs like this are really so important.
Well, the people at Forest Oaks like to have independent living, but there are some things that they just cannot do. They're older, they maybe not have the capacity to do some of the tasks, so we have corporate partners that come in and help.
People who become older really do want to remain independent, and they can in many ways if someone will just help them in some of their tasks.
I think this program is so special because of the aides that we have in the building. They are just wonderful. They generally know everybody, but they are really special to the people that they serve.
They look forward to the company. They look forward to someone just to sit and talk. I said, I don't have time to sit and talk. I have to get finished with my work. But they do like the conversation.
Well, when she comes, we talk. We go over certain things, what happened this week and what's going to happen next week and the week after that, and what I should do and what I shouldn't do, which I don't mind, but I enjoy myself.
It gives you a little more confidence in yourself and helps you know that there's someone that will help you.
Just knowing that I make a difference in their life, just being there for them. My service is really needed and required, and they appreciate it.
The collaboration that makes the Smart Sacks program at Washington Grove Elementary School a reality is a true community effort. Combining the resources of the Sodexo Corporation, Manna Food Center, and the City of Gaithersburg, the program provides weekly sacks filled with food for school children who might otherwise go hungry on weekends.
I think all of us want to feel like we leave this earth having made a difference in somebody's life. And certainly providing food for a hungry child, what could be more fulfilling and gratifying to know you made a difference than participating in a program like that.
We actually have 30 to 50 volunteers in the warehouse every day at Manna helping make this operation run. And our volunteers do everything from sorting food, packing the boxes, distributing food, helping us coordinate distribution to our partners like Sodexo. It's amazing to have these wonderful partners like Sodexo who will help us out. So what we're doing here today is we're actually getting all of the food together that needs to go to the children at Washington Grove Elementary School, and we will package it then for Sodexo to come pick it up.
Having good corporate partners is important to the City of Gaithersburg. Our partnership with Manna and the Sodexo Corporation plays a vital role in the fight against hunger in our community.
It was established to help feed children who are at risk of childhood hunger. Often they are on the state-funded meal programs, so they get breakfast and lunch at school. but then when they go home, they don't have food available at night and weekends.
Sodexo employees here at our headquarters office volunteer on a regular basis to support the Smart Sacks program. Under Diana's leadership, she recruits dozens of employees that meet every couple of weeks to collate and pack up Smart Sacks for children in the city of Gaithersburg.
I have a team of about 70 people who volunteer to get together. We get together every 2 weeks, putting the food into the backpacks, and then we deliver them to the school.
The Smart Sacks program that Sodexo supports helps us address some of those issues so that the children are prepared to learn when they go to school, that they're well cared for, and their parents don't have to worry about where some of those meals are going to come from for their children.
Each week, the completed sacks are delivered to the Washington Grove Elementary School, where children pick them up as they leave school for the weekend. Ensuring that these children don't go hungry is the primary goal, but demonstrating that an entire community is committed to making a difference in their lives is at the heart of the Smart Sacks program.
We call the students down right before dismissal, usually on Fridays, and the students know that they are in the Smart Sacks program, and they come on down to our linkages office. There are coordinators of this effort, and the students patiently stand in line and eagerly accept their bags. By our being able to send home these Smart Sacks with a number of our students, their families actually have something to eat over the weekend, and it makes all the difference in the world to that family.
These programs and so many more are only possible because of the collaborative efforts of all our partners in the community and the reason the Wells Robertson House has been such a success. For the past 25 years, this house has allowed people a place to rebuild their lives, letting them go forward to become contributing members of our community. This house is more than a transitional program to our community. It is truly a home.
Wells is a total community effort, and it's because everybody realizes that the disease of addiction impacts everybody, whether it's you directly or whether it's a family member or a friend or a colleague. We all see it, and we want to do what we can to help.
The ultimate goal is to help them to move into sober, affordable housing while maintaining their sobriety. I think when residents leave this house, you get to see the true human resiliency that we all have.
I'm really optimistic about my future here in the house and after I leave the house.
Have my child, have my life. I don't want to live a half life. I want a full life, and Wells Robertson has given me that.
I'm walking away with pride, dignity, my self-respect back, you know, and just in me as a whole. I'm walking back out there being the me that I know that I am.
When somebody finishes the program at Wells, they have the opportunity to return to the community and be a productive member of society.
That's one of the reasons that it's been so successful, because it's large enough that we can help a lot of people, but it's small enough that each person remains an individual.
I think that we give residents a sense of worth. I think that we empower them to be self-sufficient. You know, it's that old saying, you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, you teach him to fish, you feed him for life. And I think what the residents take out here is the fact that they can take care of themselves with what they learn in here.
The true nature of a community is witnessed in the way it cares for its most vulnerable. Only through collaboration and the continued involvement of an active and concerned citizenry can we provide the necessary supports for our residents. By working together to cultivate a spirit of giving and hope, we are fortifying our community and laying the groundwork for the well-being of future generations.
Could we please hear a great round of applause for Chris Clifford, who did that, worked on that video, and Britta Monaco and all the rest of the city staff. There's much to be excited about in Gaithersburg. In the spirit of volunteer appreciation, we ask that you all please continue to share your time, your talent, and your ideas that we can maintain the strong sense of community that makes Gaithersburg so very special. We sincerely thank each of you for being with us this evening, and we thank you for all that you do for us each and every day. Thank you, and drive safely home, please.